Steven!
Kevin.
David.
With our powers combined, we are the
Brothers
Brothersborn.
By the power of podcasting,
We have the power!
Welcome back to the Brothersborn podcast. I'm your host, Steven.
Sorry. I'm eating a Frosty. Hold up. Let me move somewhere. So this is Kevin, of course. Me. That's me, Kevin.
What's up, Kevin? What are you doing over there?
I'm eating a Frosty. I just said that.
Man.
So let me tell you why I'm eating a Frosty.
Okay.
We'll get into that here. So there's this YouTube channel that we like to watch.
Yes.
By we, I mean like me, my wife, and my son. Kylie, not so much because she just sits in her room and is lazy all day. But anyway,
Oh, the woes of being, 14?
yes, exactly.
Oh, man. What a life.
So anyway, so there's this YouTuber we watch. He's actually really interesting. He has a cookbook as well. It's called Tasting History. So this guy talks about like historic food dishes and like
I
where
think
they
I've
came
seen
from.
this. I think Stephanie's watched this guy.
And he like tries to find like the original recipe for things, and it's just interesting. He actually has a cookbook which we got. Anyways, we were watching the thing with him today, and he was talking to this guy who also has a cookbook. I can't remember the name of it, but he was talking about like different historic history things about fast food,
Okay.
and they mentioned a Frosty, and then I was like, I kind of want a Frosty. So my loving wife, as she just told me, went out and got us Frosties. That's why I'm eating Frosty.
So, what's the... you don't have to... I don't want to mimic that guy's podcast, so you don't have to tell me exactly what... Give me a very, very abridged version of how the Frosty came to be.
I didn't really go into that much because the idea is the
Okay.
guy took like these fast food things and and he has this cookbook, not Tasting History, but the other guy, where he kind of like incorporates it into some original dish.
Ah, interesting.
But essentially, Dave Thomas, from my understanding, wanted a dessert, but wanted something that was unique, so it wouldn't be just like, every other place.
Yeah.
But he didn't want a dessert that had such a good flavorfulness to it that people were coming to the restaurant for the dessert rather than the burgers.
Huh.
So he talked to
He,
some guys or whatever, and they came up with the Frosty.
so he intentionally made a less than great product just because he wanted
I don't know
to
what you're
have
talking about.
something
Frosties are dope. They're
have
just not.
something available, but but even though he has the power at his fingertips to make something greater, he's like, no, no, no. The Frosty's this mediocre frozen treat is going to be what I do over here at Wendy's.
First of all, it is not mediocre, right? Frosties are dope. But he specifically wanted something that was neither ice cream nor a milkshake.
He was successful in that. I will
He
give
was
him that.
very successful
I
in
don't
that.
know what a Frosty is. It's neither one of those things, though. You and I went to the very first Wendy's. Remember that?
I do, yeah, I know.
In
Yeah,
Columbus, we went
I
to
don't
some
remember if we got. Did we get Frosties? I don't remember if we
dude,
did.
I don't know. I was like 10 years old. But we was like, we went to some anime convention and we went to the very first Wendy's in Columbus, Ohio. And I do remember thinking, wow, this tastes just like every other Wendy's. It wasn't anything special or spectacular.
Dude, it really wasn't, except they had like some of the original decor, but just like in a small corner. So it's kind of like,
Yeah.
yeah, because we have to, but it really doesn't really fit with anything else.
We, in Orlando, over by Universal and Disney and stuff, we went up there probably about a year ago, and not very first, the largest McDonald's in the U.S. is there.
The
So,
largest.
yeah.
Dude, a few years ago, Mom went to West Virginia, because they found out there's this McDonald's there in West Virginia at the time. I don't know if it's still the case. That was the only McDonald's left in the world
Huh.
that still had a McPizza.
So interesting you should say that. This one in Orlando had pizza. I don't know if they called it the McPizza, but it
Really?
had pizza. They had pizza and they had pasta, and they had this like dessert bar, and they had a bunch of like picture like Chuck E. Cheese type games inside. Second on the
That's
second
weird.
floor. And it was cool. It was a novelty thing. I got the pasta just to try it, but I think if I ever go back, I'll probably just get ordinary McDonald's.
So a lot of people don't realize this. McDonald's menu is different depending on where you're at.
It's true. It's different in
So
Australia when I was there.
So, like for an example, when I lived in Hawaii, they had a and spam, egg, and rice breakfast item.
Huh.
McDonald's had a spam, egg, and rice breakfast item. It was pretty good.
Interesting.
So they had that. They also had a can't remember what they called it, but it was like kind of like a ramen noodle sort of thing.
Oh. Huh.
Yeah, they had that there in Hawaii too. So that was odd. And then of course when I was in Europe, McDonald's is different. I think even their burgers just taste Simon. I was just informed by my lovely wife that the ramen dish I was talking about was called Simon.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
Thank you, Tasha. That was helpful. I like the
in
anecdote there.
in Europe, like I felt like the burgers actually had a better taste to them in a lot of ways. But same thing, they had like odd sort of things. They had this in Belgium. They had this sandwich. It was called the chicken bacon something or other.
Huh.
What was it? I don't remember. But it was a chicken sandwich, and it was like they tried to replicate it here in the States, but it was a completely different. The US version was a completely different challenge. It's called the CBO or something like that.
CBO.
Yeah, yeah, it was chicken something and onion with onions. It was good. I liked it. Well, the European version, the American version was kind of dumb. Um, Even here, dude, I live in El Paso, Texas, and the McDonald's here have the Hatch Green Chili Burger,
Huh. Interesting.
which
Also,
is easily the best McDonald's burger ever. By the way,
you know what I
it's
miss?
so good.
You know what I miss at McDonald's?
Hmm.
Mostly because I just like saying it, but the big and tasty. Remember that thing? That thing was legit.
I do not.
That thing was. It has like it's more like lettuce, tomato, rather than like just the pickles and onions and stuff. But
I
McDonald's,
I don't remember the big and tasty. Though
but
that
when you,
doesn't sound like a burger I would eat.
what big and tasty? You serious? Doesn't that just make you? Yeah, I want something big and tasty.
The thing is, like I don't like the Big Mac.
I don't like. The
Oh,
Big Mac
that's
either.
another one, dude. Let me tell you about this sandwich from McDonald's. I spent did a training exercise in Korea once, right? And we were in the airport in Seoul, and we went by McDonald's, and I was like, "How hungry I'm going there." So in Korea, they have an item called the Mega Mac. The Mega
Big.
Mac is basically a Big Mac on top of another Big Mac.
What
It's
in
a
Korea?
double big. Yes,
That's
it is a
American
double.
thing.
It's a double Big Mac.
That's
I'm
wild.
not kidding. This is a real thing. So I was like, wow. And then I was like, who even eats that? And then some soldier that was with us was like, let me get a Mega Mac. I'm like, oh, okay, there you go.
Was it near a base for you guys?
No, it was in Seoul Airport.
That's so strange because I could totally see America doing something like that because we love big, greasy, fatty things. But over there, yeah, man, interesting.
Double Big Mac, dude.
So once in a while, once in a blue moon, they'll have the Junior Mac. I'm like, oh, cool, because I can't handle a Big Mac anymore. But the Junior Mac I can do. Though when I was in high school, when I was a growing boy, I once ordered the two Big Mac large fry meal they had, and I destroyed that thing. And I was still hungry
Dude,
afterwards. I can't
man.
do that. I can't even think about doing that now. I'd ruin my insides.
Dude, man, 20 years ago, dude, I could eat all kinds of crazy junk. I would eat like, like the quadruple burgers and stuff. I don't know. I probably took like 30 years off my life.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy.
Like I
Like
can't do it now.
even now, once in a while, Steph and I go to Five Guys. Five Guys burgers and fries, and I can't
Dude,
get the.
I do like me some Five Guys.
I have to get the junior one. I get the kids, not kids, but the junior burger, and it's like even that one, like it's like the perfect size, really. Because if I get the normal one, I want to go take a nap. It just ruins me the rest of the day.
Now, so well, you live in Florida, so this might not be an item of contention with you over there because I don't know.
Oh, the Whataburger In-N-Out burger.
Whataburger, In-N-Out burger, yeah.
Neither one of those exist in my local area.
Okay, so for the record, for anybody who's listening to me who has had both Whataburger and In-N-Out burger, I am Team Whataburger. I just am. I'm sorry. I know you In-N-Out burger people are like,
What?
Yeah, they're all mad. But dude, I'm telling you, first of all, the
They're all
burger's
mad.
bigger.
All those people
Yeah.
are so angry with you right
They're
now.
so mad. The thing is, here's why Whataburger's better. Okay, number one, it's a bigger burger.
There you go.
So
Check.
I get more food. So check. Number two, like, dude, they don't have a secret menu because like the whole thing with In-N-Out Burger is like I was like I've had In-N-Out Burger, it's not that great. Like, oh, you got to order from a secret menu. I was like,
That's
okay,
so
well, if it's a
lame.
secret menu, I don't know what the items are, so that doesn't help me, right? I'm sure I could look them up, but that's not the point. I shouldn't have to research to find what kind of food I want from a fast food chain, right?
Yes.
Whataburger doesn't have a secret menu, all right?
It is what it
Whataburger
is.
Whataburger's fries are better, and
Okay.
then, but not to mention they have on their regular menu, because they don't have a secret menu, they have more variety, because you can get a patty melt. You can get like,
Ah,
some sort of chicken sandwich. It's not just like a burger. And the In-N-Out burgers aren't even that good. They're kind of like stale tasting to me.
interesting. I feel like
Also, the number one reason why Whataburger is superior to In-N-Out Burger is spicy ketchup. And anybody
oh
who's had
yeah.
Whataburger spicy ketchup will know exactly what I'm talking about, and therefore they are better. I don't care what anybody says.
So neither one of those exist out here. We have Burger Fi. I think there's Smash Burger, but there's one place I do. It's kind of a Florida. It's not. It started in Florida. Started down here in Fort Myers, Cape Coral. It's called Ford's Garage, and it's designed off of Henry Ford because he has a summer home down here. Him and Edison. You can actually tour his old house. Him and Thomas Edison. They lived next door to each other, and it's
That's
kind of
that's a weird neighbor. Dude, that needs to be a sitcom. Like, I
a.
would watch the hell out of that show.
It's kind of cool. Like I toured it, and at Christmas time they have a bunch of Christmas lights, and it's interesting. But um, so they have this. Henry Ford is a big deal down here, and they have Ford's Garage. It's a restaurant, kind of like it's not fast food. It's a sit down joint. They have like a bar and stuff, but they brand all of the buns with the Ford emblem, which is pretty.
That kind of that's a little wild.
So they have
What?
they have this thing. You mentioned spicy ketchup, so their onion rings at Ford's Garage are thebomb.com. Best onion rings ever, in my opinion. And they serve them on a funnel, like an oil funnel for a car. A lot of their stuff
That's
is
kind of
like,
cool.
and like their
Yeah.
napkins are like car rags. But the onion rings have this thing called chipotle ketchup, which is probably like your spicy ketchup. I love it. It's freaking good.
Nothing's like spicy ketchup. And I'll kind of, well, I'll get in a minute. The Whataburger In-N-Out Burger thing, one I do want to mention, I do not have an In-N-Out Burger in El Paso, but I have eaten at In-N-Out Burger. Whataburger, on the other hand, there's one on every street corner here. I don't know what it is about El Paso and Whataburger, but like
Next
you
time
can't throw everywhere you go, there's a Whataburger somewhere in El Paso. And it's cool because they also have a Hatch Green Chili Burger, and it is even, I don't know, maybe, yeah, I guess it is better than McDonald's.
next time I come visit you, I'd like to go to Whataburger if you're
Yeah, you got it, man. Spicy. It's
agreeable
all
to
about the
that.
spicy ketchup. It's all spicy ketchup. Now, so we're talking about, of course, fast food, but in other restaurants, and I kind of like restaurants that have a little bit of uniqueness to them. Um, but it's hard to find that in fast food. What are some other fast food burger places? Carl's Jr. I don't like Carl's
It's
Jr.,
okay.
but I don't know if you have any feelings about it.
I don't
So
really remember
what
it.
is your go-to fast food burger place,
Oh,
or fast food in general?
Five
Fast food in general.
Guys. Is
Five
Five
Guys?
Guys count, or is that's more like fast casual, I suppose. Like it's kind of in the same realm as like Chipotle or Panera Bread. It's a little
Yeah.
fancier than fast food, but it's still fast. But Five Guys would probably be it. If I'm going strictly between Burger King, McDonald's, and Wendy's, it's gonna be McDonald's probably.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you. And the thing is,
It used to be Wendy's, but they suck now. I don't know what happened to them.
yeah, I don't like Wendy. The only thing I do like Wendy's fries. I think they have the best fries of the three.
Yeah.
I also like the Frosty, and unlike McDonald's, their dessert machine works. But I will say, when it comes to like sandwiches and stuff, McDonald's is the best.
They
It
used
really
to Wendy's used to be the superior chicken sandwich way back in the day, but now even those are just
yeah.
poor.
Well,
I don't know what happened to them.
I will say the three. I think McDonald's has the worst chicken.
Oh well, if you get the McChicken, yes. If you get their like their normal chicken sandwich, that's pretty.
That's
good.
true. Yeah. So
McChicken's like pink
in
slime.
reference to the McChicken, I would say they have the worst.
Well, there's a whole nother. There a couple of years ago
But
they had the. No, go ahead, finish your thought. I
But
have another
Burger
theme I want to
King,
start.
Burger King does have the Impossible Burger, which admittedly is way better than I thought it was going to be.
I had one of those once. It's pretty good, not bad.
Yeah.
It's more calories than a normal burger, but who cares? You're saving the earth, right?
I actually think it tastes better than Burger King's regular burgers.
So, okay, I have another thought, but before that, I want to talk about Burger King. So, at Universal Studios in Orlando. So, I'm not sure if, like, Orlando, Universal Studios and Disney both have this thing. It's like a little city you can walk through. You don't need a ticket to go there, and they have a bunch of restaurants, stores, and stuff. At Universal, it's called City Walk. And when you walk in, there's all kinds of restaurants, right? And they have Burger King, the Whopper Bar. I'm like, ooh, what is this? A bar? A burger bar? Sign me up. I walk up in that place. It's just a regular Burger King. It's nothing special. And
That's unfortunate.
I was really disappointed. I'm like, a Whopper bar? That's super cool. You like,
I'd be disappointed too.
yeah, I was very bummed out by that.
Dude, McDonald's make McRib, dude. I don't even care. That junk is good.
I haven't had one in years. I should get it next time.
You know what? Okay. I'm gonna give a thought real quick and go back to yours. So, of course, in the Army, I ate MREs, right?
Yeah.
And there was
you
an
told me
MRE.
this before.
Yeah, there was an MRE that was basically a McRib. It was basically the same thing, minus the bun. But I loved it because it was the best. Because MREs are named basically what they are. It's like, oh, macaroni and cheese with, you know, whatever, hamburger, whatever. It like tells you. But the best description ever on an MRE is for their base of their version of McRib, which was rib shaped pork or barbecue pork flavored meat patty or something along those lines. I'm like, that is a very accurate description because it's not like this is rib. No, it's rib shaped.
That's so funny. That's so gross though. Like what is it? Like what part of the
I don't know, but it was pretty
animal
good. I
is
like that one actually. That's one of the better ones.
So we're talking about burgers, talking about McRib, the chicken sandwich you mentioned briefly. A few years ago during the pandemic, Popeyes declared war on Chick-fil-A, saying they had the best chicken sandwich, and it started this whole chicken sandwich wars. I'm not sure if you followed it very much, but
I remember you tasting all the chicken sandwiches, but I didn't.
I went on a little campaign of my own to taste as many of them as I could, and that's probably when I started gaining weight. But so at the end of the day, my determination was amongst the fast food chains, the best chicken sandwich is going to go to Popeyes, I think.
Really?
I really like that one. Yeah, it's very delicious.
They don't even make it anymore, though.
Oh, I haven't been. It's been a while.
Yeah, they don't make it anymore.
Another really good one is Shake Shack. They have a really good chicken sandwich. Very delicious. The weakest one was Wendy's, and they used to be my number one, dude. Even the Burger King's Chick-King, which I don't know if they make that anymore, but that's what's better than Wendy's. And
when it comes to chicken, I gotta go Chick-fil-A. I just do.
It's like basic white person chicken, though. Like,
you know, yeah, I know, especially considering where I live.
There's so much better chicken out there. So Chick-fil-A, though, it's not bad. I'll still eat Chick-fil-A. I enjoy Chick-fil-A, but if I want to get a greasy chicken sandwich, that is not my first choice. Though I will say, the one at Popeyes, after I eat that thing, I need to hibernate like a bear because it just destroys me. But it does taste better than.
All right, then here's my other question: Popeyes or KFC?
Oh, KFC. We're talking about chicken sandwiches or
just chicken in general, chicken restaurants
probably,
or churches. Well, let's see: Popeyes, KFC, churches,
Raising Cane's.
All right, I don't count that. That's chicken tenders. I don't count that.
Slim Chickens.
I don't even know that one. There's another one though. What is it?
There's so many of them, dude.
Well, anyways, of all those, Bojangles.
Bojangles, yep.
Yeah. I don't really like fried chicken. That's the thing. I'm not really down with fried chicken a whole lot, but I would say probably KFC just because they do have that chicken pot pie, which is pretty good.
It's okay. KFC doesn't excite me. I feel like it's.
Well, I mean, none of the chicken places excite me.
I would take Chick-fil-A over KFC for sure.
I would too.
KFC though is a global brand. They exist everywhere. Like
oh no, I
like Subway,
I saw
McDonald's.
a KFC. I saw a KFC when I was in Ireland. I was like,
dude.
What?
Interesting. Even though it's KFC, fun fact about KFC is actually started in Utah, not Kentucky. But for some reason, it's got that KFC brand.
Did you ever hear this thing about how Colonel Sanders like murdered somebody? Did you hear about this?
No.
So Colonel Sanders, I might be wrong. You have to look this up. You and the listeners have to look this up. Fact check this one. But from my understanding, Colonel Sanders, like, I don't want to say murdered, but he shot a guy. He like killed a dude. Like the dude was holding up a gas station or something. I don't remember the whole story, but yeah, Colonel Sanders killed a guy.
Oh. So there's a throwdown we could do sometime.
Colonel Sanders versus who?
Dave Thomas from
Dave
Wendy's.
Dave Thomas all the way, man. Actually, you know what though? Dave Thomas was him and Colonel Sanders actually knew each other.
Well, they're boys, huh?
I won't say they're boys or knew each other. And so because he had apparently this is something else I learned from that show I was watching earlier that I mentioned at the start of this episode. The book was called, by the way, it was called like the Mythical Cookbook or something like that. Anyway, so from what I gathered on this thing that I watched, Dave worked for a like Colonel Sand like a Kentucky Fried Chicken sort of like owned restaurant.
Okay.
Um, and he had mentioned he had met Colonel Sanders because Kentucky Fried Chicken was buying this restaurant or something along those lines.
Yeah.
And he had actually tried to tell Colonel Sanders that he should really try to incorporate himself more in their advertising and things like that.
And do less murder.
Well, I don't know about that, but like, because, that way you can have that kind of closeness to the people and the product. And Colonel Sanders, from my understanding, was like, yeah, no, that's dumb or something. But Wendy's, on the other hand, when Dave Thomas started Wendy's, he was in like almost every Wendy's commercial until,
I
until he
remember
died.
that. Even in like when I was a kid, I remember seeing him.
Yeah. And that's why, because he wanted to like show that, they're like family and he was like close to his customers and that sort of thing.
Like the guy who stuff McDonald's, Ray Kroc. Are you familiar with this guy?
No.
So McDonald's started by the McDonald's brothers way back when, and Ray Kroc basically swindled them out of their own business.
Oh yeah, I did
like,
hear. I have heard about this.
Made
I have heard about
McDonald's
this.
what it is today. So he was a big piece of crap person, really. But like without him, McDonald's would not be what it is today. So it kind of depends on who you ask, I guess. But those poor McDonald's brothers, I think he sold the business to him for, I don't remember, some amount of money that sounds large, but in the grand scheme of things is not that much. And yeah, he's kind of a douche.
Well,
Really
in the comic world, the same basically happened to the guys who created Superman.
Yeah, you told me that. Yeah, it's wild. So, if we ever think of a really cool thing, let's just not sell it to the highest bidder. We got to find the right person.
Yeah, no, we'll take care of that ourselves if that ever happens. A wise man once said, "Cash rules everything around me. It's all about the money. Dollar bills, y'all." Now, the Brothers Born are definitely not part of the Wu-Tang Clan. But the sentiment, well, it's still true. When it comes down to it, making the content that we do can have some costs when it comes to equipment and certain fees. This is where you come in as a listener. No obligation here, but if you do like what we have and you would like to contribute a little bit of funds our way so we can improve our content, there's 3 different tiers of payment which you can use. The first one is a simple, cheap tier of 99 cents. Not too bad. Next tier would be $4.99, or if you're straight ballin', $9.99 for the third tier. Now, there's no obligation here. We're going to do the content either way, but we definitely would appreciate a little help. Thank you in advance, and we look forward to providing more content for you. So, I have heard, again, like a lot of, I'm not researching anything at the moment, but just stuff I've looked over time. I might have it. Do I like fast food too much? Anyway, the first fast food restaurant to have a dollar menu.
Ooh, let me guess. Do you know what the answer is?
I believe I know what the answer is, yes.
Ooh, let me guess. Taco Bell.
Yes.
Oh yeah, because that's like they're like the perfect. You don't go to Taco Bell to get a meal. You go to Taco Bell to get a snack. That's how
Dude,
I
you
look
go
at
to
Taco Bell.
you go to Taco Bell to get Taco Bell because like like, dude, I like tacos. Dude, I can down some tacos, right? But when I want a taco, I don't go to Taco Bell. I go to like a taco place,
Yeah.
and there's
Taco
plenty
truck.
of them. Yeah, there's plenty of that here in El Paso. Everything's
sure.
a taco place here. But sometimes you just want Taco Bell. You don't want tacos.
Yeah,
You want
it's
Taco
a separate
Bell.
thing. It's a separate.
It's
entity.
a separate thing. It is definitely a separate entity.
So there's this taco truck in Cape Coral. No one that works there speaks English, so you know it's legit. So we went there. I love it. It kind of reminds me of that place in El Paso you took me to.
Tacos Don Cuco?
Yeah, it's got a very similar.
That place is awesome.
Similar flavor. They have like the horchata and a bunch of drinks and stuff. It's really good. Mom and Dad are visiting. I'm like, oh sweet, this is gonna be a great opportunity
Mom
to
does
culture
not
them
like
a little bit.
Mom does not like legit tacos.
Mom's like, I don't like this. I'd rather have Taco Bell. I'm like, what? What are you? I mean, like, when you're in the mood for Taco Bell, it's one thing, but if you want tacos, this is so much better. Dad was into it, but Mom was not into it.
Yeah, no, the same. I took them to Tacos Don Cugo, the same thing. Mom was like, it's okay, I guess. And Dad was like, just tearing into the
Yeah,
things.
dude, it was
I'm
wild.
like, dude, this is like what real tacos taste like, though. I remember back in the day, me and my boy Doug, Doug, if you're listening, shout out to you, I guess. We we ate Taco Bell a lot, probably more than one should. And we would just be like hanging out, like chilling. And then Doug would look at me, he's like, hey man, you want some TB? I'm like, yeah, let's go get it. Go to Taco Bell. And it's just like I'd always get like a grilled stuffed burrito. And like, I don't know. He'd get like
Crunchwrap
something.
Supreme.
Yeah, I'd always be getting something crazy.
See, I love Taco Bell because let's talk about Taco Bell for a moment. They're they're not afraid to take their same ingredients, put them in a different shape, and call it a brand new thing. They they do
So
that
true.
so
Dude, they come
often.
up, they have new menu items like every week, it seems like.
Yeah, I can't keep up
It's
with
like every time you go to Taco Bell, there's like limited time menu item, and it's like constantly. You're like, okay. The
They had,
best taco. Go ahead.
they had chicken wings once.
They had chicken wings.
Yeah, it was a couple years ago. It was after I moved down to Florida. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna try this. They weren't good. They were very bad. But the fact that they were willing to tap into that market, gotta give them some
Dude,
credit for it.
dude, Taco Bell don't even care, man. Like they don't care at all. They're just like, "Psh, whatever. I had a friend who used to work at Taco Bell. He told me they had a hole in the wall and he spackled it with their beans once.
That's wild.
But but yeah, man, they don't even care. My favorite Taco Bell item though. Oh, jeez. There's been a lot of Taco Bell items for sure. When I go to Taco Bell, I always get like the big box lunch menu, whatever it is, because it's different every like month or something. Whatever it is, I get it. But my favorite Taco Bell food item of all time, and like I said, there's not, would have to be. Have you ever had the grilled cheese stuffed burrito?
Yeah, I did once.
Dude, that thing
It
is
was so
that thing
much.
is
I couldn't do
it's
it.
so much, but it's so
I couldn't
amazing. It's
handle
like
that thing.
it's like a burrito wrapped in a grilled cheese sandwich. Like, who comes up with that? Taco Bell. That's who comes up with it.
Yeah,
But it was so, oh, dude, that thing was so good. I felt like crap every time I ate it, but I didn't care.
my number one go-to at Taco Bell is the cheesy gordita crunch. That's my favorite thing.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
So it's
Uh,
fire, dude.
I also like what is it? It's like this beef something burrito. It's one that has the nacho cheese in it.
Beefy 5-layer.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude,
that's a good one. Dude,
that's pretty fire.
next time you get that bad boy, add potatoes.
That potato.
Add those potatoes. It's gonna change your world. It's amazing. You add those cheesy potatoes, and it's so
Yeah.
good.
Oh, they're talking about that too. That thing I was watching, they're talking about the Doritos taco
Oh
shell
yeah.
and how that came to be. It was kind of interesting.
So Taco Bell is a pretty good collaborator. Doritos, Mountain Dew. They got Mountain Dew everything. I'm surprised they don't have Mountain Dew meat. Like honestly, like Mountain Dew, they got
Yeah.
like the freezies, they got the soda, now they got this gelato, like Baja Blast gelato. It's like all this wild Mountain Dew stuff.
I will say Taco Bell obviously is one of the superior fast food chains because as we know from watching Demolition Man in the future, it is the all restaurants are Taco Bell.
So, funny story about Taco Bell. When I was in high school, back when I could eat 2 Big Macs, me and my boys, Brendan and Dawson, both been on the show. They were part of this. We went to this. There's a little town in Ohio called Wellington. It's like a small. You remember Wellington? It's very small. There's a Taco Bell attached to a gas station. We went in there. There's like 4 or 5 of us, I think, and we all ordered grande meals, our own grande meal. Like, so we went in there like, I'll have a grande meal. I'll have a grande meal. I'll have a grande. And the last one of us, he ordered. He goes up. I'll just have a little order of cheesy potatoes and a grande meal. And then so we each all had these grande meals. If I would have, it's any combination of bean burritos or crunchy tacos. I made the grave mistake of including bean burritos. If you ever do this, Kevin, don't even
I
have
won't do
one.
this. I promise you.
Don't even have one bean burrito. Just make them all crunchy tacos because that bean burrito, it slows you down, dude. Because it's like so like the crunchy tacos, I can put down those bad boys, but the bean burrito is like a
Yeah.
brick in there, dude. It's like it's in there. Then everything else you swallow just gets caught in it, and then you're just like, oh, you can't. I put like 4 of them and 6 tacos. I didn't finish it actually. I was ashamed. I could not complete the challenge of the grande meal.
When I was in Hawaii, there's this place called Tacos Del Mar, and every every Mayfit, so Cinco de Mayo, they had this 5-pound burrito that you could order.
That's great.
I never got it. I never got it. That's just too much burrito. But I was just like, 5-pound burrito, and let me tell you, what you think you see is still too small. Okay, this thing is way bigger. This thing was way bigger than you could possibly imagine. It took like 7 tortillas to wrap this thing.
That's crazy. I've seen stuff like that, but it's like whoever eats that, they're just like asking for.
I know. I saw a guy
Rumble.
ordered one. I was there one time. A guy ordered one. And they bring this. They give him this big, huge 5-pound burrito, and that's why I looked at it. I was like, man, that's way bigger than I even thought it would be. And I don't think he ate the whole thing. But it's one of those things where if you eat the whole thing under a certain amount of time, blah blah blah, you get like it free or whatever.
It was like 32-ounce steaks or whatever they are. Yeah.
And their burritos weren't even like they weren't bad, but they weren't good either. They weren't great either. But it's just 5-pound burrito, man. That thing was nuts.
I want to talk about one more thing about Taco Bell. They don't even try to hide the fact that they're making up words.
That's true.
Like whether it's English or Spanish, like okay, quesarito. What?
What is that?
Um,
Dude, all other men like dude back in the day, the Mexican pizza, dude, that's not a thing.
check this one out. I just went in their website. They have this thing right now. It's called a crispanada.
Crispanada.
Crispanada, not an empanada, a crispanada.
It's crispanada. It's a crispy empanada.
Yeah, dude. So they always be making some weird name up of something like it's just like even I don't know. I'm not. Maybe correct me if I'm wrong, but obviously like tacos are a real thing. I think even like I've heard of chimichangas or like, but I don't know. Quesarito, crispanada.
Yeah. Dude, one of my favorite things about Taco Bell is I used to go to Taco Bell with Dad a couple times. That was a place we'd go once in a while. And there's 2 times in particular that I can think of that just are always stuck in my mind. Number one, werewolves eat at Taco Bell.
Werewolves.
Werewolves. So Dad and I went to Taco Bell one time, and there's these dudes, like they're just these hairy dudes that look like werewolves, and they're chowing down. So werewolves
I
eat
mean,
at
it makes
Taco Bell.
sense. They could
Yeah,
probably take down a
makes sense.
grande meal, a couple grande
They probably
meals.
could. But even better than that, Mozart eats at Taco Bell.
Oh, you saw a guy look like Mozart?
But so Dad and I we were going to Taco Bell. We saw this guy walked in like, you know, 17th century, like the powdered wig and stuff. Like he was dressed like that.
That's interesting.
And so he walked in. I don't know if he was part of a reenactment group or what. I don't remember. I think it was around 4th of July. But like, yeah, he walks in. We were just driving, or we were going through Taco Bell, and Dad looks at me. He goes, "Dude, Mozart eats here." And so I don't know if he remembers that, but I thought it was the funniest thing ever.
Dad's just like a magnet for that because he told me once, but back when Kyrie Irving played for the Cleveland Cavaliers, he went to Taco Bell in Westlake and Kyrie Irving was there.
Really?
I'm like, yeah, like you seen werewolves, Kyrie Irving, Mozart. Who's next?
Dude, we need to hang out with Dad at Taco Bell more often.
But well, this was fun. I enjoyed it. I could talk about fast food a lot. I love to talk about food. Fast food is one of those things. I hate admitting that I love it. It's like it is good. I know it's not good for you, but everything in moderation, right? As long as you don't make it an everyday thing.
Yeah.
Just once in a while is all right.
Not gonna lie, I eat at Chick-fil-A a lot. Tasha has like the app,
Oh
so
yeah.
she gets like free sandwiches and stuff. And so we always do that. And then she gets like points, so she gets even more free stuff. I eat Chick-fil-A at more than your average person should. And the thing is Chick-fil-A is not even my favorite place to eat. It really isn't. When it comes to fast food, I like Chick-fil-A, don't get me wrong. But like it's not my favorite fast food place,
Yeah.
But I just can't, I don't know.
I do like that market, that the market salad. I think is pretty legit.
Yeah. Dude, I don't know. What about Panda Express?
Oh,
Is this fast food or is it not fast food?
Panda Express, bro. Panda Express, bro. Freaking love Panda Express.
I mean,
You
I do
can eat
too.
Panda Express any day. It's so
All right,
good.
what's your go-to Panda Express?
Oh, dude. I like the Sweet Fire.
Sweet Fire is good, yeah.
I always go noodles.
Wait, shrimp or
instead.
chicken? Because they have a sweet fire shrimp sometimes.
I always do chicken. I'm not a big shrimp guy.
Okay.
But sweet fire chicken. I also like whenever they have the sesame one. I'll do that one.
Oh,
Once,
the honey sesame one?
yeah, once in a while I'll do whatever their version of teriyaki is. I like to get the honey one, but then I'm just eating sugar chicken, and so I try to like be a little
But
bit
it's
more adventurous.
so good.
It is
Dude,
very good.
the honey sesame chicken is probably definitely on my top list there. I do like what is it? It's like I can't think of the name of it. It's like Asian something chicken, where it's like a grilled chicken instead, and it has
Oh
like
yeah,
this
yeah.
really sweet sauce. That one I like. And then or the dang, what is it? It's like the one that is the chicken that comes with the pineapple and peppers.
Oh yeah, that one's good. That's a sweet fire.
Yeah, sweet fire.
That one's very
So
good.
yeah, those are my three go-tos. But I recently found out orange chicken is not real.
Don't tell me that, bro.
It was invented in America, dude. Orange
Oh,
chicken was
I thought you were talking about specific, like the meat itself is like fake meat. Oh
no,
yeah,
no, no.
I know it's made in
Yeah.
America. I don't care about
And
that
there's no oranges in it, by the way.
Yeah, it just has an orange flavor, probably. Like it's orange in a bottle. Sprinkle it in there. But yeah, dude, Panda Express is fire. I love that. So Stephanie, like we have that's her favorite when we go talk about fast food. Yeah, that's her favorite one. But the closest one is not that close. So whenever we go there, it's a particularly fancy treat for us.
We got quite a few of them here. There's actually their original restaurant is actually called Panda Inn, and Panda
Uh,
Expresses are all like offshoots of Panda Inn. It's in California or something.
you know something crazy for my birthday a couple years ago. I'm like, let's go to PF Chang's. Yeah, dude, let's go to PF Chang's. Get some fancy Chinese food.
It'd be disappointing, wouldn't it?
I was like, man, I should have gone to Panda Express. It would have cost me a third of the price, and
Yeah.
it would have tasted better.
Yeah, no, I've never been to PF Chang's, but I kind of got that vibe from that place. Another one, like I said, there's a steak place I've seen around here. You might have them there called Kona Grill. Same thing.
Oh yeah, I've
It's
heard of that before.
it's ridiculously expensive for not that great of food. I'm talking. I went to Kona Grill and for like a work thing because they're like, oh, every person who goes to this party, we're gonna pay for it, but you have a $20 limit. There's nothing on that menu that's $20. Like everything is more expensive, and so I was like, okay. And then they're like, well, we don't have as many people as we thought, so you can go a little over. You can go over 20 if you want. I'm like, okay. So I got some shrimp tacos,
Yeah.
which were, they're okay, but they weren't worth the money that I spent for half the price at Chewy's next door. I
Oh,
could have
Chewy's
gotten,
is fire, dude. I love that
yeah,
place.
well, it's not as good as it used to be because they changed their menu a little bit,
Oh no.
but like I would get, their shrimp tacos, and they were way better. And then I was like, I'll get a side salad, and I was like, I'll get a salad, seaweed salad, basically like a nori salad. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's going to be like a salad, but with like, nori leaves in it,
Yeah.
No, dude, it was just straight up seaweed.
That's lame. And it probably
Nothing
costs you
else, just a
ton.
bowl of seaweed. And that thing was like $10. I'm like, I'm never eating here. I'm like on my own volition. This is awful.
Bowl of seaweed.
I mean, it was good. Don't get me wrong. I like nori, but I was expecting it to have something with it.
All right, so we're gonna end this episode where Kevin and I challenge each other to eat a particular fast food item in the hopes that maybe we haven't tried it before. If we have, no big deal. Still gonna be fun. Um, so he's gonna give me one, I'm gonna give him one, and the next time we meet, we're gonna talk about our experience and share like what we enjoyed, what we liked, and what we didn't like. This might turn into a new podcast if it goes well. So
Actually, I could be down with that. With Brothers Born Podcast, gaining weight.
so
That
Kevin,
is how not to diet. All right, go ahead.
my challenge for you. Are you ready?
Well, I got to bring up a note thing so I remember because I'll forget. I'll forget. Go ahead.
You're going to go to Burger King, all right?
Oh no.
And
I
you're
hate
going to
Burger King.
you're going to order Burger King cheesy tots. That's what I want you to eat.
They have cheesy tots?
Yeah, cheesy tots apparently, bro.
All right, I'll try it. I'll try it. Dude, they've had some weird stuff. What? Burger King's had some weird. Were they the ones that had the hot Cheeto something?
Probably something absurd like that. Sounds like them.
All right. You ready for mine?
Yeah, dude.
Okay. So I'm just gonna go Arby's and get a large curly fry,
Okay.
drowned in a combination of every sauce available.
Oh man, I wasn't mean to you. That's freaking gross.
Dude, man, I went to this one time. I went to this Arby's one time. They had like 5 different sauces, and I legit like. Well, I don't like the horsey sauce, so I didn't get that. But they had 4 other sauces, and I got like the 4 sandwiches for $5, and I put a different sauce on each sandwich.
There you go.
It was
All right.
awesome.
Curly fries, and maybe I'm going to ruin the fries by covering them in every sauce that they have.
Every sauce.
Are you talking about from the little pump machines, or have to like
Yes.
get packets or something like that? Okay.
No, just the pump machines, whatever they have there. Because they usually have the Arby's sauce, ketchup, and then horsey sauce. Sometimes they have like the 5 spice sauce or whatever it is.
All right. I can do that. I think that'll be fun. So, sometime in the next 2 weeks, we got to complete these challenges.
All
You
right.
know, you gave me a weird. I gotta add something. I gotta add a new layer to yours, bro.
Dude,
You
it's not
can't-
it's not as weird as it sounds though. It
All
really
right,
isn't.
You're gonna eat Burger King cheesy tots, and on top of that, what else can you get at Burger King?
What if I say you can do it with a small instead of a large?
Okay, I'll do that. Let's do a small.
Okay.
All right, fine. Oh, you have to eat one of Burger King's pies if they still have them.
I don't think they have them anymore.
Oh well,
Dude,
fine.
I'd eat those. The Hershey's one was dope, man. I mean, I wouldn't like it now, but in my youth I did.
All right, cheesy tots is it. You got it.
All right,
And I'll
so
do the
cheesy tots,
Arby's.
and you have your choice of size, but you have to eat curly fries with every sauce.
All right, the next time we meet, even if it's, we'll have like a brief little moment where we review our experience, and
All right.
we have to have what we liked and what we didn't like.
I don't. When was the last time I even ate at a Burger King? Jeez, it's been like probably like close to 2 years since I've
Well, now
maybe even more since I've eaten at a Burger King.
I'm presenting you
Yeah,
with
because
an
I haven't,
opportunity.
dude, I haven't eaten at Burger King until since I lived in San Antonio.
Well, perfect. Enjoy.
I will not. There's a reason why I haven't eaten at Burger King in 3 years.
All right, dude. This was fun. Y'all can check out our last episode. We talked about the Oscars, and our predictions were correct. By the way, Oppenheimer did win.
I didn't even watch them.
I didn't watch them either. I just read about it later. But you can listen to our predictions on the Oscars. It's pretty fun. You can check out our other podcasts, Unlike the Throwdowns. We just did one where we took Krillin versus King Babam. That was a fun experience. And
Not gonna
so, yeah.
lie, even though I was Krillin, like I'm a little bit disappointed by the results of that one, to be honest.
So that's good one. We have a whole bunch of other ones, obviously, and check those out. And available at our website, brothersbornmedia.com. And I sound like I said brothersbornmeat.com. Let me try that again. brothersbornmedia.com. And also available, of course, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts. You can check them out there as well.
And speaking of Brothers Born Meat, minus the Brothers Born part, if you do have a favorite fast food restaurant that you want to tell us about, let us know. Also, if you're team In-N-Out or team Whataburger, let us know that too. If you're Whataburger, cool, we can be friends. If In-N-Out, I'm sorry, I'm going to slap you. Admittedly, no, I can't say that because Tasha actually likes In-N-Out better, and I don't go around slapping my wife typically.
Typically. I'd be interested in hearing some of your like bad experiences at fast food chains. So if you want to share one of those, I would be curious. That'd be a fun thing to read about because we've all been there. You know, you think you're getting some good fast food, and then it quickly goes south.
Yeah, in more ways than one sometimes.
All right, folks. We'll catch you next time.
Bye.